So how do you get back on track after a period of wobbling with your nutrition? I think many of you, knowing me in the way that you do at this stage, will guess my answer to this. But frankly, there's no shortcut here. You simply need to do it. You simply need to get back on track. In fact, I think a better question is, how do you do so more easily? Because that transition, once you've lost momentum with clean eating, that transition back to clean eating from blips and wobbles is pretty tough anyway at the best of times, especially as a beginner. So a better question really here is, how do you make that process slightly more seamless? Because it's going to be somewhat tough anyway. And that's what I'm going to answer for you here. I've got 3 things that I recommend you do when you've just lost momentum with your nutrition slightly. Number 1 is you have to find a way to get refocused. Did you just come out of alignment with your goals and motives a little bit? Was that the reason why you lost focus? For some people, they just get slightly out of touch with their reasons why they are actually doing this. One of the tasks that I have some of my clients do is, as cliche and simple as this sounds, a heaven-hell list. And on this heaven list, all the things they're looking to experience from this health and weight loss stuff. Where they want to go, the weight they want to be, that dress size they want to fit into, the physique they want to have, the extra energy to play with their children or their grandchildren that this will hopefully yield, that new 5K PR, whatever it is for them. The hell list, quite obviously, all the pain points, all the frustrations, all the things they now want to escape. Be as petty as you can possibly be on there. Write the things on that hell list that you've maybe never shared with anyone before. And just doing this for some of my clients, it's been all they needed to do after a little period of complacency to snap them back into alignment with their goals and to bring their motives back into the forefront of their mind, which maybe just started to slip ever so slightly. So number 1, you have to find a way to get refocused here. Have you just lost your way a bit? Have you lost your mojo? And again, there's many ways to get refocused. I've just talked about the motivations there with the heaven-hell example. Another thing I do with some of my clients is actually get them to send me food photos. And that little bit of accountability, the fact they know I'm going to be seeing what they're eating, that's all it takes to just get them honed in on their journey once again with this stuff. So maybe for you, again, we're talking about food largely in this video, of course, nutrition, wobbling with nutrition, how to get back on track. Similar themes apply with exercise here. If you just wobbled slightly with your workouts, maybe you just need a gym buddy, maybe you just need a personal trainer or a coach for a couple of sessions to give you that accountability to get you back on track. And then once you've had that period of accountability, you've got that all-important momentum again. Momentum, again, does so much, the invisible force with weight loss, isn't it? And it just throws you forward. You maybe only need that accountability temporarily. But those are 2 ways to get refocused. To summarize again, number 1 is get back in touch with your reasons why you want to actually do this. Maybe they just slipped away from the forefront of your mind. Number 2, find some accountability to allow you to hone in on your vision once again. Step 2 to get back on track after a wobble is that you have to believe that this is actually possible. Many people's reasons for going off track whilst losing weight is because they get discouraged. Maybe they have a couple of bad weigh-ins. Maybe they start to think, oh, it's quite slow. Will I ever do this? Those seeds of doubt slowly start to grow, slowly start to creep in. And they think, maybe I'm just not the person to do this. This is my 5th diet attempt in this year alone. Maybe this just won't work for me. Look, I've been there. You guys, or lots of you anyway at this stage, you know my story. I have tried many, many different things and I had a bit of success with weight loss, but I never really broke through like I did in 2015. I was doing things for 4 or 5 years before that to try and get a better body and better improve my health, and I absolutely failed with it overall. Some minor victories here and there, some progress here and there, but I never, as I say, had that breakthrough experience. So no wonder right now if you don't really feel this is possible or you don't feel like the person that is deserving of success here. Totally get it, totally been there myself. But you have to try and get inspired in this way. You have to go and listen to other people who have had success with this stuff and just hear their story and their journey and go, wow, you know what, this person did it, why can't I? This is all so much easier when you find someone you actually align with and resonate with, who has a similar background to you, and then you can see that, oh, okay, they were a busy mom as well, and they had young children as well, and they still did it. Like Tia from Hungry Vegan Mama, my former client and now good friend. Like, she's done such an amazing job. And I know there are so many mums that look at her and they go, wow, I totally connect with Tia because she's been through with what I do. Maybe they don't connect with me or another teacher or coach in this community or an MD in this community or a nutritionist, a dietitian in this community in the same way because they don't really resonate with their lifestyles and that person's values. But with Tia, maybe you really connect. Maybe you connect with me. Maybe you connect with Dr. Gregor, whatever it is. And you need to find that person and really have that, have that relatable story to them and see, wow, that person's actually done it. But this is all, again, comes back to the idea that you need to really, truly believe this is possible. And that's going to help give you that push to get back on track once again. So number 2, you have to believe this is possible. And the third step to getting back on track after a wobble is using lots of fruits and veggies. Now, this is funny because I'm not one for this whole detoxing fad, okay? I think there is merit to the idea of detoxing. I think detoxing is real. Detoxification is real. However, again, it's a little bit of a gimmick, isn't it, nowadays? It's a little bit of a fad in my experience, in my assessment. But there are important characteristics of the detoxing process that I do agree with, that I am in alignment with. So by using lots of fruits and veggies, you can throw in all of these minerals and vitamins into your body. You can get the antioxidants in there, the anti-inflammatories in there, which are really important after you've eaten foods that perhaps cause inflammation in the body and poor foods. And you can get somewhat, I know it's a cliche, cheesy, and often incorrectly used word, but you can get somewhat of a cleansing effect there. And again, especially with fruits, you've got such high water content there, and lots of vegetables too, of course. But fruits, you've got such high water content there, they feel so refreshing and hydrating to eat, and fruit in particular, way more than vegetables, such a great palate cleanser too. So if you've just had a binge or whatever, I mean, the last thing I want to do to recommend if you've just come off the back of a binge is to have a bunch more food, but just a little bit of fruit to cleanse that palate, get rid of that taste from your tongue, from your mouth. Really just, okay, fresh slate, let's start again, okay? And I think fruit is wonderful to do that. Veggies, again, such a wonderful nutrient profile there. Get those into your system, get some kind of cleansing effect. Again, I hate that word. You can see me cringe as I say that because it's so often used incorrectly, and again, as a bit of a gimmick. But there is an element to these foods that, absolutely do that in the body, and they have a wonderful, wonderful impact when your body's going through inflammation and when you've had some bad foods in your system. So yeah, give those a whirl anyway. Those are my 3 steps to getting back on track, after a wobble. I think all of these little errors at the end of this video are a bit of a sign I should wrap up. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for your time.